What's up, everyone? I can't look at Scott right now. Sorry. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the Starlight Digest, a podcast bringing you line talk and digesting Star Wars topics over 1,000 years. This is episode 213, being recorded on June 14th, 2023. And so sorry we weren't here last week. We had it just wasn't possible. The powers that be was not letting my internet cooperate with me. So
and my computer was down too. I'm like, what the hell?
So
this is double whammy.
Yeah, exactly. So we're here. I am your host, Darth Moocher. I've got Scott Solo here with me.
What's up, nerds?
We got Bootleg Joe.
Hey ho.
Ernie the Fallen Fett is coming. I had confirmed it. Confirmed. We need our stamp. Confirmed. Ernie is coming. And of course, everybody wave at Fallen Fett, who's in Oregon, celebrating his son's graduation from college.
Grand Admiral Franz.
Grand Admiral Franz. Thank you.
Yes.
No one knows who Chris is. But yeah, he's getting his associate's degree right now. I think he's still got. Yeah. So
is he?
I think so.
His kids are so smart. I thought he was getting his doctorate or something.
Yeah, right. Well, congratulations, Luke, on that. But before we get started and all of the good Star Wars news, or bad, or whatever you take it, we'll have to really kind of do a deep dive on today's subjects. I'm going to kick it over to Scott, who's going to shout out our Patreon and everybody who's being digested in our pit.
Hello, everybody. Okay. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us, especially all of our pit members who, without you, all of this would not be possible. We just had to re-up on StreamYard. And honestly, if it weren't for you, we wouldn't be doing this. Literally not doing this. Hey, what's up, Ernie?
No, you guys paid enough to have me on the show.
Yeah, I know. The check cleared.
Check cleared. I was just waiting behind the stage.
And he's like, hold up, you on me, check my bank account. Yeah, I'm
sorry
right,
about that. What up, Mooch Solo? What's up, Joey?
What's up, dude?
Okay, sorry.
All right, that's okay. That's okay. So, hey, special shout out to AJ from the Forbidden Panel, Cliff, Brandon and Anya Epler, Dennis McGrath, Don the Dad Dorn, Don and Brady of the Escape Pod podcast on the Red 5 network. That's our network, everybody, just in case you were wondering. Eric Grubb, Fanboy Mike, Flavy Davy, formerly of the Nerds with Attitude, Gavin Connor, currently from the All Cure Holy Hour podcast. I just was a guest on his show, 2 weeks ago now. That was a lot of fun.
Nice.
Justin the Vanilla Thunder, Mervine, Nicholas Schaefer, Matt Logic. I never say Mervine's last name because I just know I'm going to screw it up. And Ryan with the Star Joe's podcast. So thank you, one and all. If you are interested in joining the Patreon crew, please scan that QR code right there on your screen. Unless, of course, you might be watching us on your phone. Log on to patreon.com/Sarlacc Digest Podcast and donate a couple of dollars. It all goes back into the creation of this show. And, I'm not sure if you caught the This Week in Star Wars History, which covered 2 weeks. Today is Steven Sansweet's birthday. So
nice.
Boom. This right here is an autographed Steven Sansweet card. We're going to find a way to give this away tonight. I just made that up right now just because I found this on my desk. So there we go. Autographed Steven Sansweet card. Somebody watching is going to be lucky enough to get that in the mail this week.
Nice. Awesome. Well,
we'll
have to brainstorm on that real fast. How much is it give that away? I think it
$1 million.
How much you got?
Yeah, I'd say if we break it down, it's like
it his rookie card?
Yeah,
it is.
No, he's far too gray for that right now. Not in this card.
Nice.
This retirement card.
Well, thank you for that, Scott.
Just a retirement card.
We're going to be talking about another giveaway that I'm doing in connection with the Sarlacc Digest podcast and Tashi Station Emporium. I will get into the details later on for that. So stay tuned for that. It is going very, very well. So everybody in the pit, I'll give you your chance and how to enter. It's something that you don't want to miss. I think Instagram just exploded when we put that out. So it's going very good. So again, stay tuned for that. We are 70 days away. We just started a new line. We started it today. 70 days away for Ahsoka. Okay. So
wow, really?
I know, right? It hit me like, I was like, you know what? We used to do this thing. Yeah, go ahead, Scott.
Time out. Hey, quick shout out to let's see, we've got Gordon, Don the Dad Dorn,
Oh, you can do
Santo
that.
1414, Miss Sunflower, Bootleg Joe, and yeah.
Nice.
There
Thank
go.
you, Scott.
So,
We just
everybody-
kind
Hello
of
there.
Hi. Yeah, I
blew
know,
right
sorry
over
about that.
everybody. Yeah, so 70 days away from Ahsoka.
Woo.
It kind of hit me. I was kind of going through things. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, we have a Ahsoka series coming, and we haven't formed our line yet. So there it is. We've got our line formed. So that's gonna be cool. And the events leading up. I know that like last week we were gonna talk about a whole bunch of was it like Vanity Fair or Entertainment Week or something? All the pictures that were coming out, some really cool things, and I'm getting really excited for it,
Mm-hmm.
But again, okay, so we actually got more dates to talk about that dropped this week. The 3 movies that we knew from what was it? When did they drop that news? Celebration
Wasn't that Celebration, I believe. Yeah.
or
It
something?
was
Yeah,
Celebration because they were talking about
Yes.
the Dawn of the Jedi.
yeah.
All of that.
So
Yeah,
Dawn of the Jedi, Dave Filoni's movie, and it's Manigault's movie, Dave Filoni's movie, and the Rey Skywalker movie. Those 3 are the official subjects, no titles, except for like Dawn of the Jedi, I think, or Jedi Order. I don't know. But
So that's
anyway,
not
we
the
got
title of the movie. Dave Filoni's movie.
Dave Filoni's movie. Yeah, episode 5, Dave Filoni.
Episode 1. Dave Filoni.
Yeah,
And I still want that poster.
yeah, right. I'll
would
take
still
it.
have
I'd
that
still go
poster.
see it. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
But we got dates. We got so the old date that we had back in the day was December 19th of 2025 was the date that we had in our hands about the next Star Wars movie. Okay. So because of the writer's strike and I'm sure everything else, and there are some revamps going on on Lucasfilm and Disney, and we'll talk about that tonight and everything. But I think it's they're just taking the safe route, but they gave us 3 dates in 2026 and 2027, like actual dates. Okay. One of them is
2
May.
in 1 year.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. We want it like every December, right?
Right.
So May 22nd, 2026 is the next okay, take this as you will. Confirmed date because I don't know what they're doing. But anyway, May 22nd, so summertime release. We were kind of like I was kind of bummed. I know May has always been in the past a Star Wars event and all that things, but we got to used to the December releases, and it was just so cool to be standing in line when it's cooler outside. Not
December's so much better.
It is, man. And
Yeah.
I understand May, but then we're going right back in that same year, that December. So 6 months apart, we're getting another release on December 18th, 2026. And then a year later on December 17th, 2027. So the pushback got back to 2026, but only the 6 months to May. Okay. They did that with Solo. Remember, they took a little delay and then they're like, okay, maybe every 6 months, but what we're thinking because of the 3 movies that they announced at Celebration. And we were kind of discussing this amongst ourselves, and like, okay, what would be those 3 movies? Because that's, in my assumption, those are the 3. We know for a fact that Dave Filoni said his movie is going to be in the Mandoverse, tying up everything that they've set before us: Ahsoka, Mandalorian, Skeleton Crew, Acolyte. If those guys tie in, and then whatever else comes in the fold, right? At first, I'm like, okay, I'm assuming that should have been the 2027 movie, like the last movie, because that gives us 4.5 years of Mandoverse, Disney Plus, and whatever they come out with. And then Chris came out and said, well, if they used Grogu for the Rey movie, then maybe Grogu and Rey movie are going to be the last ones. And so the December 2026 movie would be Filoni. I'm like, okay, that's only 3.5 years left of the Mandoverse.
Year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then I'm like, okay, it's only 3.5 years. Are we wrapping it up that quick? And Scott's like, I want it to last forever. And I'm like, yeah. But the one coming out in May of 2026, Manigault, it's Manigault, right? Who's doing it?
Mangold, James Mangold.
Mangold.
Yeah.
Thank you. he's the one that's been making the most noise lately on like, I'm still doing this. I'm working on this. I think I read something. They expect to have a script this fall. So I'm maybe some insiders are saying like the strike is going to be over sooner than late, sooner. And they're going to get back to business. Since he's making the most noise vocally, I'm assuming his is the first one up.
As long as Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny does not completely tank, then I
right.
His movie will still be. Yeah, he wrote and directed that. So
you're right.
As long as that remains, as long as it is as good as it looks, then I don't see this changing. But if all of a sudden, it just doesn't work out the way everybody's planning, I could see a change up.
Yeah.
Because Disney is known to overcorrect.
That's what I'm saying. We take these as we had solid dates in our arsenal already, and now they pushed it back. Miss Sunflower is saying, I thought December movie slot was taken by Avatar. Yeah, that's been pushed back too. I didn't know the Avatar dates, but I know all of those were changed also at the same announcement as the Star Wars slates were. So everything was pushed back or reorganized and everything. I mean, I don't know. To me, Star Wars supersedes everything. So I'll go see Star Wars and then whatever else is out. Like they could put out Star Wars with 1,000 other movies that I do want to see, and I'll still see Star Wars first. So
twice before I go see the others. Yeah.
So let's see. Matt Logic checking in. Evening Pit.
No.
Yeah, let's see here. So that's true, Scott. You have me nervous now. I'm real nervous about.
Sorry. Well, Mangold is also, according to Rick Jones, Mangold is making a Bob Dylan documentary. So
is he making, or is he just produce? Is it like he's just involved, or is he like, yeah?
I don't know.
Okay. So do you think one of these movies could possibly be a series or season finale for all these shows put in one?
Well,
that's what Filoni's movie is supposed to be. Yeah.
Yeah. The Filoni movie is supposed to be the end game, if you will. There you go, Ernie. There's your Marvel reference. The end game of all of the from Mando season 1 to date. And that's supposed to be like, that doesn't mean that the characters won't move on to something else. It means like the story that they're telling. And I'm thinking the Thrawn story, Heir to the Empire or whatever. Now, if Filoni's movie finalizes this, doesn't mean that it sets off something else, right? It doesn't mean that it can't, launch another storyline moving forward that kind of like gets away from the Mandoverse. But yeah, his movie is supposed to be like that. Watching all the series, watch his movie. All right, cool, everything's done. And then I'm thinking because of the Rey Skywalker movie, moving forward to the Jedi Order. The new Jedi Order kind of stuff. That's the era that they put it in. We assume Grogu. It would make perfect sense. Grogu would be about 100 years old, and that would be a good catalyst character that bridges these eras. So, we'll have to kind of keep an eye on it. But them putting a date on things is very. Do we trust it anymore? Do we trust it? Because they've done it before, and I just kind of go that's cool. I'll see it when I see a preview. You know what I mean? I'll get excited when there's something.
But I'm trying to think of a time where, other than Solo, where they put a date out for a movie and backtracked it, like an actual target date. Have they done that other than Solo? But Solo was moved. Was Solo moved forward?
It moved up, right? Because it wasn't supposed to be a December release, and then they moved it up to May, and then we got Rise.
Yeah,
because did we get Rise
we had The Last Jedi in December, and then the next December was supposed to be Solo, but then Solo was moved to May.
Right.
So we had a December without a Star Wars, and then we had
it's I thought it's because they were trying to do every 6 months a Star Wars movie. Like they were trying to make it like a Marvel thing, right?
That was the plan at first. Remember?
Yeah,
we did hear that, and we were like, "Wow, every 6 months."
Right.
And
May, December, like that, and we were getting involved that. Cliff, what's up, man? Disney gives a date, all of us. I got a bad feeling about this. I mean, that's the first thing, because those are
Sort of.
I mean, these dates are 4.5 years out. We got a writer's strike. We've got the threats of a director's strike. We got all these things, and there's like this news of shakeups happening in Disneyland and Lucasfilm, right? So it's like, to me, like, are they bringing these out for confidence boosts, or they are saying there's nothing to see here? There's not, you know what I mean? Like, we're moving forward with our stuff, which, you know, we're all cool with it. I mean,
Cliff says in response to me, other than canceling, other than canceling, actually give us a date and not, and
right.
Well, have they given us? I'm trying to remember, and all the crap that they've given us series, but they've never set anything with a date. It's like Rogue Squadron. We were never really given a date for that.
No, never a date. We just got like that. No, we only got the next movie will be this date. We all assumed Rogue Squadron because of the hype. They canceled it, and then that left with it. So
and then there was the Boba Fett. Oh, Boba Fett's going to get a movie. Oh, okay, but we were never given a date. But then Boba Fett movie didn't happen. Instead, we get what we got.
As we were in line for Solo, they canceled the Boba Fett movie.
Yeah.
But I remember around that time, it did feel like they threw a bunch of stuff against the wall to see.
They did. It seemed like it,
and a lot of it fell off.
We had the slate, right?
Yeah,
Lando, droids, blah blah blah, all these things. The slate, and it changed. And I'm all for change. Like we get excited. We start to theory craft on things that we're gonna get. Like for example, the Lando Chronicles, right? That would have been something very cool to have. And some fun short stories, if we had the right people involved. But then it's like, well, we might do it, we might not. Depends on people's schedules. So it's in there, and the whole concept of nothing has been canceled. You know what I mean? Everything's still on the floor. Yeah,
we should put a disclaimer.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I mean, Miss Sunflower is saying they should put a disclaimer besides these dates subject to change. I think that's what we do in the Star Wars community. You know what I mean? Yeah. And as a podcast and other podcasts and everybody, I think that's what we do. We kind of like, really? Come on, once we have casting, once we have a title and a teaser, that's where I like to get back to. Like I love this because that's what we talk about, but I love like going to the movie theater and just be like, coming is this fall and it would be like a Star Wars movie. That I would love to get back to that.
Cliff saying Rian Johnson's trilogy, Detours, Rangers of the New Republic, Lando, Droid, Zack Snyder Project, Rogue Squadron. Did we actually have a date for any of those is my question. We didn't actually have a date. We just had those names out there, not something set in stone with a date. Yeah.
That's the slate.
No release dates.
Yeah. Right.
Well, I agree.
I think that slate had a timeline, not a release date saying August.
It was a timeline.
I think it was broken up in like years or whatever.
And COVID happened, so that kind of threw everything into chaos.
Like I said, and now we have writer strike. Cap Liz, what's up, man? Thank you for joining us. At least 4 years is a safe distance to account for the writer strike and potentially this direct strike. That's exactly what I'm getting at. It's like we have this slate brings us 4.5 years to now. You know what I mean? Childish Gambino is always busy. That's right. That's why that came out. But that's a long time. But then also kind of, to me, it pinpoints as far as like what we do as far as the Mandoverse, right? It pinpoints a frame where the Mandoverse is going to end sometime in that area, right? All we know is movies, and we don't know if the Acolyte or the Skeleton Crew ties into the Mandoverse or if it's own a separate entity. I know there's rumors or there might be some speculation on it, but as far as we know, we only have Ahsoka and Mando season 4. I don't know of any other. So like the
Mandoverse.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think Skeleton Crew though does. I'm pretty sure Skeleton.
I think
Crew
there's a common villain, but I don't know if like like Thrawn. You know what I mean? I don't know if like the Heir to the Empire theme that we're all expecting, and been teased. By the way, this is what that's where I'm like, we don't know. Maybe Skeleton Crew it's directly involved with it. It could be.
Yeah, could be.
We'll have to see.
What are you eating, Joey? What are you eating? I'm sorry. So what's that?
M&Ms. Sorry.
Give me some M&Ms. I need some
M&Ms.
I'm sorry.
This segment brought to you by M&Ms.
But I also think like
I'm always
having
eating
that
on here.
that year's out. I think they probably confident like we'll just push it back another 6 months, and that's probably until May, or whatever. And
And we
nothing
do
we
have
could do
those
about
shows.
it.
We do
Yeah.
have those shows to fill in the gaps in between too. So
Yeah.
it's not like we're going to be starving for Star Wars content.
Yeah, Capliv, the Filoni movie will time. It's going to end the Mandoverse,
That's the
according to
word.
Dave Filoni's description of his movie. It's going to be the end of the Mando. It's going to everything's going to come to a head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
Taika,
like Gordon's saying here, Taika Waititi is supposed to have a movie deal as well. Taika was saying, I think I said it last episode, where I have a plan. I know where we're starting to go. I've written to a point where normally the rogue shows up with his animal best friend to help save the day, but I don't want to do that again. So
yeah. It's so funny, like on Taika's note and Marvel, like he even it wasn't him, but people involved in Thor, the Love and Thunder, did come out and be like, look, it was just too jokingly and non-serious, and I hope that resonates with him, Taika, because he has that personality. We love his comedy. He's a great everything, but it's like
to a point
it gets old. It got real old during Thor, and I hope that the time that he's doing this, he takes it more of a serious tone and then puts his little twist on it. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to go to 11,
Taika's jokes, man. It's like the screaming goats. It was really funny when it started.
Yeah.
45 minutes into the movie with the screaming goats, I'm like, okay,
yeah,
we get it.
Yeah.
Please stop this now. So
yeah. Lego's Anakin Skywalker. Hey, what's up? Taika Waititi's Star Wars new. Is it a trilogy or a standalone that we know, rumor wise?
I've heard nothing other than a movie.
I took it as one movie.
Yeah, because the only trilogy I heard was Rian Johnson's. Right, he was supposed to do a trilogy of movies. That, as far as like throwing that word out, the trilogy, right? That was the only thing.
Which still is not technically canceled. It's just on the back burner. Yeah.
Everybody's favorite, Kathleen Kennedy, came out and said that. She said everything that we've announced is not, it's just not being worked on. Doesn't mean that we're not going to work on it.
It's not actively in production.
Yeah.
So the Boba Fett movie is still.
Well, that was officially canceled.
No, that one's right. That's coming.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah. See, so Filoni needs to end the Mandoverse, but the Mandalorian story still needs a leader, and there's Joey's right.
100%. Like I said, things can happen after the fact, but
we know he's gonna ride the Mythosaur. That is Boba's spot. Yeah,
it's happening.
It's happening.
I'm anxious to see. I know everything. Like I said, I mentioned the 70 days to Ahsoka because that's where, to me, the real story kicks off. That's where really everything's going to go nuts. And it seems to me, and everybody, the pick can agree with me or not on this, but it seems to me like the Lucasfilms, the directional stuff that we've been getting are taking a little bit step back and kind of like riding the ship a little bit instead of going to a lot of these points, and it does happen to do with the Rogue Squadron movie being on hold, the Rangers on hold, and they're going back. Okay, we're gonna do these: Dawn of the Jedi, New Jedi Order, Filoni's movie. So they're writing the ship into in a direction where they can control it, rather than it's like chaotic and everybody's going like, "All right, you're giving us like this is great, this is not great, this is semi-great, this is okay, this nobody likes it," and that's not how we want Star Wars, right? We want Star Wars to be everything just hitting and. When it hits, it has to have that umbrella story, that Thrawn, what we're doing. That's why I'm hoping Skeleton Crew is it actually means more than what we think. You know what I mean? I hope there's something in the Acolyte that really it's almost like a prequel, set like hundreds of years before. So I'm hoping that it or up to episode 1. I hope there's something there that brings, it into the Mando storyline. I don't know if it will, but we'll see.
I like the idea of the focus. I do, because you're looking at you're looking at a bunch of different eras. You're looking at a bunch of different titles that don't necessarily tie into each other. And I, for one, am tired of having to explain things like this guy
right.
to people who don't understand where Star Wars. They don't understand how to Star Wars, basically.
Boom.
So yeah, and like Cap lives, I appreciate there being a plan now.
Yeah.
If only they would have had that plan on hand with the
in 2015 or 13 when they bought it. Yeah. I agree. And I've said this before. I've talked to Cliff about this privately, stuff. And I think that they had something, they stumbled out of the gate and they just was like, don't worry, we have years of this and everybody's just going to consume it. Well, yeah, everybody consumes it, but without, now it leaves a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. So
I think it's happening in a lot of places with Disney though. Because the Marvel, it's even happening with the Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
They're pushing stuff back or, hey, this new show's coming out. And I kind of appreciate that more. And then you kind of look at the Netflix thing, right? Where Netflix, you hear somebody from somebody, hey, did you see that new movie on Netflix? No, what new movie?
Yeah.
Like there's no announcement or anything. And sometimes they're good. And like you enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? So I get where Cap is saying is like, I appreciate the plan and everybody else, like Miss Sunflower's throwing all that out there too. What's up, Miss Sunflower? And I'm more of the, if it's done, then tell me and give it to me now. With all this pushing and like that, I think I'd enjoy it more. Like this Ahsoka. We knew Ahsoka was coming. It was definitely done. So we knew it was coming. And then it was August. Okay, cool. Right. They're totally done. Right. Like we know that that's coming. So if you have movie wise or whatever, then give it to me that way. Let me know now that, hey, it's done. This is
I agree,
what's
man.
coming up next.
Not like this is what we're thinking of 4 years from now to do this. Like Gordon is saying, I'm at the point where if it's not in some serious pre-production, I almost don't want to hear about it. So much can happen between now and 2026. And that's the point of us bringing it up today is like, all right, we're getting some solid dates for Disney and Star Wars to get back to the theaters. They want to get back to theaters, which is great, right? We love the theater experience because honestly, the streaming services, the business model doesn't work month to month. It works in droves. Something comes out, everybody subs, binge watch it, and they're out. They're not making enough. They're not making a lot of money, so things hurt. And Kenobi is probably one of the ones that it hurts on the experience of the look of it, the aesthetics, the CGI wasn't there. They had a cool story, but it just didn't work in that something they've been working on for a long time.
Story, it just felt like something was missing.
Yeah, they were like, CGI. Yeah, I mean, so I to me personally, I'd rather them take their time. I'd rather them come up. But again, I'm, and I think we're all in agreement here is that don't give us something unless it's in it, where that's going to come out and that they're going to be worked on. A plan is great. I'd rather not hear about something they're going to do 5 years from now. I want to hear what they're going to do December of 2020, next year. What's coming to Disney Plus that's already been casted and worked on. So Gordon has a great point on that.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna end up getting a battle scene filmed at CMEX.
Yeah.
I know that scene that was filmed with Anakin in his robes, a little vision scene, and it's like down the street here. You see Joshua trees in the background. I'm like, oh god, they're making the desert here canon. Stop it.
Yeah.
But Snack Migo here says, as long as it's not based in the High Republic, he'll be happy. Well, let's talk about the Acolyte then, shall we?
Yeah, well, the Acolyte's supposed to have a direct tie-in, but almost things that I've heard.
The tail end of the High Republic. Yeah.
So we have this thing here too, where we're trying to explore everything High Republic wise, because it is Star Wars. And the last time we got together, we brought it up like there is content out there that everybody's ignoring. It seems like everybody's ignoring. I know that there's some people who are into it. I forgot who it was in chat that was. Yeah, there was somebody in chat that did say, look, they're all in everything the High Republic is doing, and that's cool. I forget about it, because we started this, it was a hype train, and it's something in the background. When we sit there, there's no Star Wars out right now. There's this huge, well, I say huge, meaning that there's content that's being produced now in the High Republic era that nobody's consuming except for Scott. You know what I mean? Scott and Chris, Scott more now, and trying to get caught up. So I know Scott's just got caught up on 2 books. And we are going to bring this to the forefront, and we're going to do something that's going to help everybody bring them up to speed on the High Republic without them trying to like consume it all. Because go ahead, Scott, because I don't know if we can we stomach this or what?
Some of it's got its good points, some of it's got its bad points, honestly, just like everything. But you know what? We're gonna give it a probably a special episode. I don't know if we'll go live with it, but maybe a pre-recorded special episode where I just kind of get us caught up on the second wave, the second phase of the High Republic. It's honestly, I don't want to give away too much, but let's just say that it's not as good as the first wave or the first phase of the High Republic, and kind of leave it at that. Parts of it, in a nutshell, in phase 1, you had the Jedi and the Republic versus the Nihil.
Yeah.
Phase 2 is a prequel, and it's the formation of the Nihil over the course of, in the middle of a civil war between 2 planets. It's a very prequel feeling kind of, in many ways, a very prequel feeling kind of story where it's smaller than an intergalactic.
Yeah.
Rick Jones, I gotta see him again.
Rick Jones.
I gotta see him again. I gotta see him.
I can tell you right now, Rick Jones, there is a reason why that is true.
Oh,
and I'll get into it. I'll get into it whenever we review the books. But
have you accepted our Lord and Savior?
Yeah.
It's just, yeah. So there we go. I'll hopefully I'll have the 3rd book done by the time we decide to record this, probably within a week and a half or 2. So
yeah, well, at least one of us is doing the God's work there.
Are those the early books, Scott, or is those are available now?
Those are available now. Those are
okay.
phase 2. Those are the phase 2 books.
There's
3.
Does it start off with are you prepared for Jehovah's return?
For Jedi's return,
a galaxy far, far away.
For the Jedi's, yeah.
Aggressively relaxing. Yes, there always been content of people ignoring like certain factions of Star Wars. I'm showing, but Star Wars our fans are paying attention. With the Apple and library card, you can listen to your ear. Yeah, I guess it's just all over the place there.
Tons of Star Wars. There's tons of Star Wars.
Of course,
books.
there's people watching.
Yeah, the audio.
There's people reading it. Yeah.
Well, I think the point was like there's gonna be aspects of it, but people ignore. Like the High Republic is canon, but I'm not choosing to ignore it. I'm just. It's like it's just not in. It's just not there for me. And
it's not your wheelhouse.
It should be though. You know. It really should be because it's Star Wars and it is an era of an unexplored time frame of Star Wars that we like. So, yeah, Joe.
Okay, this ain't a rant, but it's more or less like a pick me up. I just got done playing Jedi Survivor, and I'll be the first to admit, playing the game, the first thing when you hear High Republic being said for the first time in the game, you're like, oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah.
And that was my reaction when I first heard them mention the High Republic. And then they started getting into the character building of it. And I was trying my hardest not to shut it down because I've tried to get into the High Republic and I just can't, like most everybody. And actually, the High Republic story that they tell in the game is really good. And it's not maybe more or less because you see it come alive instead of reading it. You're seeing it come alive.
Yeah. Sure.
But
it's probably like sporadically sprinkled in there. Like you said, the Nihil is involved in the games.
Yeah, the Nihil is involved in it. There's a fallen Jedi involved in it. It tells the story why he fell. And the reason why he fell, it's like, dang, that's heavy.
Yeah.
You know, and the way the story ends, it's like the movie is like, I mean, the game is like 95% based on the High Republic. It should have been called the Fallen Jedi Survivor High Republic. Because it's pretty much a High Republic story.
Oh wow!
No, it didn't start that way.
No.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. But it like the first maybe 10 minutes of the game, it was like Jedi Fallen Order or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Well,
after that, it just turns like into a straight up
yeah,
High
I'm
Republic
hoping
story.
that it actually makes you a little interested after the third game comes out to go explore the High Republic, and then maybe you'll get more of that sense of like ownership with it, right? Because now you can see like Dirt playing the game, he has see some results, and now you can go explore that world where it came from. You
I
know,
mean,
you'll
they
like
got
the
me
Nihil,
invested.
dude. I
They
love
got
the
me
Nihil.
they got me invested in the story to where I even asked Chris and Scott a while back if these characters are if these characters
Right.
sound familiar to them like in the other stories, but it's to the point to where I'm like, man, I hope they come out with some figures of especially that fallen Jedi that's in it and the
Right.
other characters that are in it.
You probably get a
So,
gaming grate. I could imagine.
Yeah,
a
I would.
gaming
I
grate
would
coming out.
assume. I would assume.
I tell you what, if the Battle of Jeddah, if that book was done as an animated movie or something, it would be really good. But listening to it, because I was listening to the audiobook of it, I'll get into it later, but it's chaos incarnate. And I think as an animated movie, it would be badass. As an audiobook, it is not so much. So
right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah. Cliff is saying here, so he agrees, Joey. It's more of a flashback, small doses, which you get. Yeah, you get that little bit of things going on. Survivors, good story / game. Looking forward to the third one. Awesome. And he disagreed on one point. He said it's a Civil War era game with High Republic history lore added in, which is cool. And I think that's what I think we said that's what was needed going into the high or coming out of the High Republic. We need these tie-ins, to get us involved and invested into it, because
see, that's what I mean. I have no idea
yeah.
of what the High Republic story is, but the game got me to a point to where I'm like asking questions about it now. Before I could
to get interested
give
in it, right?
What about it, but now I'm like interested. Okay, I want the backstory now on these
cool
characters.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing about the High Republic is it's so many eras. It's an era that essentially ends with the debut of Darth, or the announcement of the Sith still existing. That's kind of the point behind the High Republic. It's an era of peace before the Sith return. So I mean, there's so many different eras and so many different generations and all that throughout.
Right. So they have to have some threat. Yeah.
Right. And what aggressively relaxing here is saying is the second phase of the High Republic gives you a fairy tale at the beginning and keeps breaking it down with books that come after. He thinks it's some of the most interesting. Well, he's talking phase 2. And you know what?
But that's fair. I mean, yeah, it's
the first book in the second phase, other than being the most predictable book I've ever read in my life, it is not bad.
Yeah,
it's where it spirals from there, which is where specifically the Battle of Jeddah was really promising.
Yeah,
but it just
didn't I think the reason why I like to keep bringing it up and keep reminding that it's a thing, it's an era of Star Wars that because I do think it is going to affect our theory crafting and theory talks as the future of Star, the stuff that we've gotten in or are getting to, and that's how it should be. It shouldn't be like this standalone thing and they're doing their own thing with no consequences, right? That was like the biggest thing. It's like this is a canon era books and comics, and a show coming out, and I think there's a High Republic game being worked on. I'm not sure, unless Survivor is the game, is going to be it. But we have to know that there's impact moving forward to it, which is, again, it's not over. And like I said, I just want to keep bringing it up because it's something that I think we're going to have to put it in our arsenal of theory crafting. You know what I mean? Good or bad.
Specifically when it comes to the Acolyte and apparently Jedi Fallen Order games. I think you're right. So, which is why I am reading it. So if I urge everybody to read it because it is entertaining. But if you don't want to, I'll go over it for you. So there you go.
Right.
Yeah, we don't want Scott to go through this for nothing.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I feel bad sometimes.
Don't.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Cap lives. Star Wars Eclipse is the High Republic game. That's right. I forgot about Eclipse because
I forgot about that too, and it looks good.
The Eclipse looked
really good
back in Anaheim Celebration when they dropped the trailer. But then of course we got Outlaws that dropped that new Ubisoft game.
Dude, that looks so insane to see that you were on planet and then she flies off.
So I watched
and then into a battle. What?
I watched the game trailer, of course.
I haven't seen it yet.
The 10 minutes of gameplay
God.
footage. I don't know if you guys saw the gameplay footage, but to me, it's insane. There's got some really interesting, cool gaming mechanics. It looks difficult. It looks awesome. There's a whole space thing, you know, like Starfighter thing going on, and I'm in. It's the underworld. It takes place between Empire and Return, right? Empire and Return, or New Hope and Empire. I don't know. I think it's Empire 5 and 6. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. I
So
just
it's
want to know.
Shadows of the Empire.
Good job for keeping this hidden from everybody.
Yeah.
There was like not even a leak of this, or don't worry, the game is coming. You know what I'm saying?
Well, like Cliff is saying, after 1313, I won't buy the game. It's coming until it's on the shelves. Well, this is what 13. I believe, Cliff. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think this is what 1313 turned into. Maybe not like bit by bit, but 1313 was supposed to be this underworld game.
Everything.
And it got shelved and canceled, and another studio picked it up. It got shelved, and EA is just all over. But because EA is gone after this year, the floodgates are opening as far as like the Star Wars releases. But Cliff, this is like, I mean, I know they're still working on it, but I mean, never mind. I take it back. We're in the gaming world. I know how it works. They can have a full-on game and pull at the last minute. So I agree. Until it's on the shelves, But from what we've got, it looks really cool.
Has there been any news on that Eclipse game?
There is
nothing I know of.
Nothing like visual. There's been
there you go.
Yeah, like studios will release some.
Is it just PC or?
I think it's to be all, just like Outlaws is. I think it's all platforms. Yeah.
See, I do the books, so you guys don't have to. So you do the games, so I don't have to.
Well, you should want to. The games are awesome.
I don't have enough time in my life. I spend 3 hours of the day on the freeways. So no, you guys. Yeah. I'll live vicariously through you.
There's still 21 hours to play. I mean, 3 hours.
So then you need a Switch then.
Yeah, so you can play as you're driving.
Yeah,
you're in traffic. You're driving.
What I've seen, I have no doubt that is actually happening on.
I can't see Scott doing those parkour things on
in it.
Yeah.
I'm a Rick Jones. Eclipse ain't happening. I'm predicting. Yeah, dude. That's why I was just kind of like I had to take a step back as I was talking, because
when you were saying it out loud to yourself,
I was like, no, you're right. It's 100% right. Until we have a release date with something on the shelf, it's true, because we've been burned so many times. Like I said, Cliff, no, we know this. Like all these awesome games come out and then or announce up to the point where they're ready to release. They're ready to like announce a release and then they pull the plug. It's happened so many times, and I don't know where all those resources
trailer came
go.
out. The trailer came out in 2021, December of 2021.
Celebration, yeah.
Did it?
Well, we saw in Celebration in
after
Anaheim.
that. Okay. Because I'm looking at a YouTube dated December 9th, 2021 for the official trailer. That is the trailer. So if they had a trailer going 2021 and then there's just been crickets ever since, that does not bode well.
Cliff, the Ubisoft game is the Outlaws game, the Assassin's Creed style one. That's the Outlaw game, the Outlaws, the one that just released. That with the 10 minutes of footage and the game trailer, space, the battles, everything. It looks.
And the time period is what in this game?
It's in between 5 and 6, so Empire Return in that
Shadows
era.
of the Empire era.
Yeah. All underground. Didn't look like, I mean, according to the gameplay and stuff, it was like you're running around in the underworld doing jobs and the Empire is involved, but there's like no force things that I don't know if we're going to come into another Fallen Jedi, another Jedi that survived Order 66. I mean, that's something they need to get away from a little bit too.
So is the female lead, is that Daisy Rendar? Is that Dash Rendar? Is that Daisy Rendar?
Yeah. Yes.
Sorry, I know I just gave you
Dasha Rendar.
I just gave you like a heart palpitation there.
Yeah, I was like,
the only thing with this game is I wish they made it to where you can design the main character. Like you can make a male, female, or alien.
Playing as aliens would be good. We'll see. I mean, it looks really good. So again, Rick Jones.
Amazing,
I hope. Yeah, I can't wait for. Man, the gaming industry is such a different time frame from when we grew up. It's just a different era and different way they do things. So not a lot of things get made. So fingers crossed. I don't know if you guys got a chance to glance at our thumbnail, which we had George Lucas is buying back Star Wars.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I'm here.
So this is a rumor that's making its rounds again. This is not the first time we've heard this rumor, and it won't be the last time. And I'm saying rumor because everybody who's reporting this is calling it a rumor. This is kind of funny to me because I had to go because I try to prepare, like if it's something legit I want to know, right? Or if it's something that it could be a possibility I want to know. But every time I went down this rabbit hole, it was my guy, my source on the inside and the round table of of Disney and or the fly on the wall this, and they can't, and it's always code name this and code name that. And I go, and they always say this is a rumor, this is speculation. So it's been out at the last week. It was like it flooded, even got on like the cover of like Yahoo News, Entertainment. All these people are reporting this and not reporting it as this is happening.
Fact, right?
Yeah, some are. Some do that to people, but they're reporting it is because Disney. Okay, so how this came about this time was Disney put it on the table that they want to possibly restructure some of their assets. Okay, and that could include IPs. Doesn't mean Star Wars was involved. Doesn't mean Marvel was involved. It doesn't mean and it could be bringing more IPs in too. It was just a blanket hearsay, keyword, whatever it was, and people ran with it. And I guess the people want to, the ones that are reporting us want George Lucas to buy it back, or something. The dude's 80 years old now at this point, 79, 80. I don't think he ever wanted to bring it, but he sold it for a reason. And I don't think he wants to. It's like, does George Lucas know he's buying Star Wars back, right? Like everybody has him buying it back. Does he know this?
May I? May I? Why the hell?
Hold on, I got to pet
George Lucas even want it back? Okay, after what the fans did to him after the prequels, he sold it for a reason. He knew that he could not make anybody happy with any decision he made, so he went ahead and he sold it. He sold it to Disney, who they took it from there and they moved on. Why the fuck would he want it back? Why would Disney?
Yeah, you know why?
If Disney were to
be happy. It would make me happy.
It wouldn't make me happy. I lived with the prequels. It didn't make me happy, but
I'm fine with George Lucas. It's the fact that I don't. But it's such a he sold it for $4 billion to Disney. Disney put in $20 billion. I don't know.
Do you think he spent it all? And so he's back.
No.
He's building a giant museum right now in
LA.
downtown Los Angeles.
$1 billion museum. Yeah.
So he's spending it. He may be out. Like, hey,
he wants to sit back, drink his Mai Tais, visit the studio every now and then, laugh with Ahsoka, and move on with his life. I wouldn't want it back.
Stop it, Ernie. Leave the man alone.
Bomb people's videos. Who was that? Was that?
I just whispered to him, and he said,
he was walking, and he just photobombed his video.
I remember that. Yeah, George. Well, okay, so the stuff that I know with here's the thing. Disney, because of COVID or whatever, Disney, sure, they've got a lot of things to work out, right? Not all of the Star Wars things are panning out for them. Not all the Marvel things are panning out. The Disney Plus is, like I said, the streaming service is not a it's a huge
moneymaker. It is not a huge moneymaker either.
It's not, and it's the business model that needs to be reassessed time to time. Okay, and so they're on this thing now. If they're going to sell it, it's not going to be to George Lucas. George Lucas doesn't have the buying power. You know what I mean? He's not doing anything that generates money that I know of. You know what I mean? And also,
I don't got to whisper to Filoni.
Yeah. I just text him.
Yeah. Filoni. What's up, guy? Are we still doing poker? Yeah. George is the one who has a restraining order against me.
Yeah.
Yeah. In all honesty, it doesn't make sense why he would want to buy it back.
I would think
there's
I
no
would
sense
think
at
like
all.
Disney's such a huge company, they own everything in this world. You would think that if it was some sort of legitimacy, it would have been a I think stocks would have reacted, I think businesses would have reacted versus a my source says. Who's your source? You know what I mean? Like if
my cousin Randall, he works in the he works for the the janitor, and he heard Kathleen Kennedy saying to Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau that one day George Lucas might be walking down the thing and George wants to buy it.
Yeah.
That's
it's always like this. It's like if I came to you guys don't know anything about like people who I can make up. I could say I have a friend who works at Disney, and they said this. I can't tell you because of he wants to keep quiet. He wants to keep anonymous on it. How would you dispute that? And how I couldn't? It's like I'm putting it out there. You guys can't dispute it. I could just say, oh, I know somebody that's higher up, and they said this.
That's the problem with YouTube. So many YouTube channels is they can put any obnoxious shit they want to. Like we did this week. I made that. I know what I was doing. I put the most obnoxious freaking. Quit tapping him on the shoulder. He's busy.
He's busy. He's looking at. He's staring into Joey's eyes.
He's staring at Joey.
Joey, give him a wink, would you?
Why everything dark side?
The most obnoxious things are said online, and people are they click on it. They clickbait it.
I offer a challenge. I offer a challenge to everybody who frequents shows or people or bloggers, and I'll eat my words on this too. I'm gonna put the challenge out to myself. In a 12-month period, if this doesn't happen or if there's no hint of it, I think you guys need to stop watching and looking at and consuming those type of sites, because everything they say is BS. And if it does happen, I'll eat my words and I'll quit. You know what I mean? It's like
we won't let you quit, but we'll put you in timeout.
Like
but you know what I mean?
Somebody that wants to buy his ex-girlfriend back.
Who's that? What?
Does that look like name, the face of a man that wants his ex-girlfriend back?
Exactly. Right. No, he does not.
Okay. So, and George Lucas was on interview, and he said that right now he's making movies for his friends. He's like, I'm doing these things, experimental experimental filming and stuff, and I take that technology and I give it to my friends so they can, the filmmaking. He's always been an innovator. He's always done these things. That's what George Lucas is consuming his life with. He might be on set because he's invited, and he's like, this is his baby. He loves Star Wars. He's involved, but I don't think he, wants to be like Kevin Feige. I don't think he wants to be in charge of it. You know what I mean?
I remember the big headline was George Lucas is on the set of Solo and he's telling them what to do. Yeah. And all it was the scene where Han was taking the cape away from Kira, and they originally had him hanging it up gently. And George said, no, Han would grab it from her and just throw it on the counter and aggressively pursue her. And he's like, oh, yeah.
That's it.
Look at Joey.
Little tidbits.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Now I want George back so Joey can be there.
This would be awesome if it ever came out. Cliff is he just made his own sequel trilogy that he and his friends can get to watch. Yeah, that'd be funny.
Dude, he probably did, and imagine that. Holy crap, that'd be hilarious.
I'm sure
I would try. He had a. Oh my god, fanboys too. That's where it is. Is that you need to go get it.
Yeah,
aggressively relaxing. My source says this guy's source picks his nose at lunch, and all other sources talk about it.
That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, and like I said, I challenge people to hold the feet to the fire of the people who are talking about or talking like it's fact. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't know Jack. That's what we're saying to all of those other Star Wars channels.
It's funny though is
you don't know shit.
There's so many shows that come out right now that do that on purpose, and people don't realize it. There's a Disney one out there that puts every day false Disney information out there on purpose. Right. And every day doesn't go by that I get asked, Ernie, are they really doing this? Yeah. And I already know. And I'm like, no, that channel.
And you look at their view counts, and their view counts are 430,000. Yeah. It's like they say the most obnoxious crap, and people click on it because people love to hate on things.
And or they don't even know what they're reading.
Yeah.
And they see it right away, and then that's how it spreads is no, I heard that they're ripping Splash Mountain out.
Yeah.
No, they're not. Like
that's the thing about today's time. People seek out what they want to hear. So if I'm mad at a certain, political party or Star Wars or Disney, and I hear I see a headline that says Bob Iger is firing, I'm going to click because I want that to happen in real life. Right. And there's reality, and then there's feeding your narrative.
The only thing about all those though is
Stop
I swear to God,
his ear.
Don't pick him in the ear.
You all better admit to it that you fell into all of
yes,
those
that's what I'm
traps.
saying.
Because even on that Disney one, they got me with one that said they're offering a lifetime pass, like a golden ticket scenario in the Mickey bars. And I was totally like, holy crap, I need to eat Mickey ice cream forever. I will find that ticket. I swear to God. And then I started reading, and I was like, damn it, they got me.
Yeah.
So on a Star Wars level, I do not believe anything that I see. Because even when Google tries to give you news that they think is important to you, I've seen fake stories even on
100%, dude.
Google. And not that it's Google itself, but it's just trying its own little
right.
Randomizer or whatever it is to try and give you news. And I've seen fake stuff on there too. And I'm like, what is this?
Like I said, I think Kathleen Kennedy's contract is coming up again. And she could decide to retire, or she could decide to sign on, whatever they want to do. And that's we have no control over it. No matter how loud people get, we have no control over it. But when the sites say Kathleen Kennedy's being fired, and she doesn't get fired, and she's left with a huge severance pay and a thank you and a party, I want you to go to those places that said that, and I want you to hold the feet to the fire of podcasters, news, every community, all these people that put out these things. We might say it as a theory crafting. We could come out and say, we would love George Lucas to direct an episode of Mandalorian, and we could theory craft what he would do. We theory craft it as fan service. What other people do is they put it as fact. You know what I mean?
Jesus Christ, Captain Jack. I have never heard that one yet, but I swear to God, I'm going to use it.
What's
not her, but somebody else. The very last comment: burn on Mustafar, Kathleen.
The flames of Mustafar.
That's a new one. I'm gonna have to use
that
too.
Is good.
You know what? Screw you. You can burn on Mustafar.
Yeah,
that's my new one that I'm using.
But but
lava side barbecue.
Yeah. But you guys get my point, right? I mean,
for sure.
Yeah, it is. And they all it's like we'll talk about it as theory crafting, and other people talk about it as fact. They'll say George Lucas is directing an episode of Mandalorian, and then they give the opinion on what they want to see. But they're saying exactly what we're saying, but they're saying it as this is happening, and we're saying we would like this to happen. And it's just I've seen people call out other shows. I'm not calling them out by name, but everybody knows they're out there.
Everything. It is everything in me not to right now, because I know who they are.
Well, because it does no good. Because I've seen people make full on videos and it does nothing. Because the people making content they do not interact with the pit. They do not interact with the community, and they don't interact outside of it. They make a pre-recorded video, they put it out and ignore everything that happens, and they put out another one, and another one. They never they're never held accountable. And everybody who's seeking this information is the ones going in arms folded and want Kathleen Kennedy to be fired, George Lucas to take over, Favreau doing this and this and that, this actor and this actor. They want those things to happen, and they're looking for the headlines that are going to make them feel better, not the actual headlines.
I am 100% on board with what Cap says right here. George Lucas to consult on an episode of Mando, but keep him out of the director's
Thank
chair.
you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Highlight that comment.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's
okay. So
this
is getting into an Ernie thing. So you guys have never heard that before?
No.
That is happening.
I mean, we've been saying that forever. Honestly,
no, but like
all of us have been
a story that came out that said that.
No.
Okay,
no.
never mind then.
Oh no. Okay, wait. What?
No, never mind then. I can't.
It already blew.
See, that's what I'm saying. You can figure that out, but
so we can speculate.
Wow, that would be hilarious if that really did happen. There you go.
Again, we're theory crafting what we want. We want that to happen.
Yeah.
Three of us in this room is saying we like it to happen. One of us is saying it is happening.
No, maybe. I mean, that's a great idea.
I know. Yeah, it is a
Wow.
good idea. I mean,
If
nobody
he was
would,
there
and
he
maybe
asked
that's
a
where these
question
rumors
or
come in
something.
to.
But he
where-
was there on the set and everything. Like people forget
yeah,
that
sure,
where they showed
sure.
where he was on set
Oh, he was with
was
this-
the first
with,
time that they
Rosario
showed
Dawson.
Ahsoka. Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody saw that she was there. Like,
Yeah,
that
he was holding he was holding
that was
Grogu.
great.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was actually Rosario's debut
Right.
as Ahsoka, and nobody
So,
knew that.
You
He
can
was there for
you
that.
can put 2 and 2 together and maybe come up with the
Well, that's what they do, right? They go, "Oh, Disney's restructuring," or to a point, they might hear that and they go, "Well, George Lucas was filming or consulting on the Mandalorian, therefore he's taking over," and then they put 18 videos on him taking over. So, it gets to the point where
doesn't Filoni like consult with him though every now and then, or no?
sure. I mean, even J.J. Abrams called George Lucas and talked about Rise of Skywalker. He said, "I don't know how to end this movie." Duh. And you know what I mean? And he asked him, and I think because it came out, JJ was like on the phone with George and consulting, like, "This is how I want to end it. Are you cool with this?" And George was
So he
like, "Yeah, I don't
basically
care."
asked George Lucas, "Okay, what would you do, George?" And then he tells him,
Well,
he said,
Yeah.
"Okay, I'm gonna do the exact opposite."
And you know,
Yeah,
you
right,
know-
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
say to that is, how could you not ask George? Like if he was there,
And
or
that's
something.
where,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Honestly,
Yeah,
like
I agree, man.
If I
agree,
was
dude.
How
directing
could
a movie, I would go to him.
dude. If I heard, "Hey, George
Yeah,
is here and he
I
wants to visit the set today," I'd be scared. Actually,
I'd be like,
like,
"Can I say this line? Can we do this? How about the line here?"
Yeah.
I mean, I would be like,
yeah,
day one, right? And then, but no, especially
you're almost
when
at the end and you're just total reshoots.
Yeah.
Never mind, reshoot it. Yeah.
George said,
Did you
"Make
see
it
the
all
way he
blue."
breathed? Yeah. I don't know. He said something about faster, stronger, more intense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
Well,
tells
you got the
lines in
intensity
bocce.
part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I get I get these things because I see these runaway articles and I see these runaway videos and I go, man, they don't have their ears to the ground. Like that's not what Star Wars. This is not what we do, man. We talk about the stories, we talk about the characters and playing the games, reading the books, and we really get into it. And the behind the scenes stuff, it's like, I understand that's how I understand it's all how to get made in the politics behind it, but at the same time, we do take what we see and we put it into its place and we discuss it and talk about it. And we know we have no creative control around those things. You know what I mean? And I think we're very aware. The pit is very aware of it. And that's what keeps us going on as a community. Like Gordon said, there's a lot of people that are not embedded or connected to community, but they see those views and they see those likes come up and they're like, "Hey, I just made $80,000 on this by saying this." And
shit, I wish. I'm sorry, I'd be there too. I swear to God,
Yeah,
I'm
that
not
would
even
be-
lying.
to be able to
I
make money
would
off
too.
the same, Star Wars theories, and
yeah.
I
here
think
we
we've
are.
got one video. I think we've got one video that we made $20 on.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey,
but I
it's
mean,
better than not making zero anything.
Right.
yeah, there's zero chance of that happening
Yeah.
again. No. I don't care because he doesn't, like they don't care. They don't interact and they don't come back and say, "You guys talk about," because I've seen full on channels like just try to go after like the Star Wars theories, the Mike Zeros, the Doomcocks, all those guys that they just kind of my theory on the fly on the wall set, my hidden camera in Kathleen Kennedy's ashtray says, this, and it's like, you know what I mean?
See,
So,
and she don't even smoke no more. So already right there, you should not believe that. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Ernie Spy says he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miss Sunflower. Go ahead, Scott.
Miss Sunflower says these Star Wars YouTubers are not fans. Exactly. They're
And
just a
that's it.
bunch of rage baiter, clout chasers, all for the views.
Yeah.
100%.
And the only reason
that's
why
that's why I thought, this week Marco and I were like, hey, let's put up the most obnoxious thumbnail we can. Let's try and let's just play
it's
with that.
because it's they're saying as a matter of fact, and we're saying as this is the wild rumor that's going around again. There's nothing. It's nothing new. It's not like George Lucas buying Star Wars back is not a new rumor. It happened the day after he sold it to him. You know what I mean? Like it's just a thing, and I just feel like we can't get to these creators. So the people that are watching have to try to hold these feet to the fire.
You me and Joey can't, but I mean,
do you want to answer, George, or what?
Yeah. Well, I can just push a button and.
No, he doesn't want to answer. So
I'll say this:
you can't confirm it here.
Much out of the loop because of everything going on. That when I saw that in the chat, I was like, no.
Yeah, it makes you. It makes you. Well, I always go like, okay, did I miss something? Is something major happened? But again, like the stocks don't move. The companies, nothing moves. Like the world doesn't move, and these people are just like running like Fraggle Rock, like Muppets. They're just kind of like with their head shaking around, doing all these things, and
Miss Sunflower, put red eyes on someone. That's the key to success. Okay, next week we're gonna have red eyes on somebody. I don't know who. Might be one of us, but there will be red eyes. Guaranteed.
That's cool.
Confirmed.
George soundboard. We need a George soundboard. You're right, because I don't hear a couple of
He said like 5 things.
Oh no, that's the wrong one.
That's G.I.
Yeah.
No, that was Transformers.
Transformers, yeah.
This is, and I just always like to hear Moocher say it.
Guchana.
That's my favorite. Because I'm in line and I was
soundboard Scott. Scott sounds exactly like him.
Yeah. The source is Chris. We all know who gets them. Chris gets the red eyes.
Red eyes, yeah.
I mean, he's probably red-eyed right now.
Probably, but not for Anyway,
Mr. Sakul right there, Mr.
But was it
Sakul?
Yeah, Zakul.
Mr.
Your car is double parked, or your speeder is double parked.
Yeah,
right. That's what it was, right?
Yeah. And then what else do I have? Is this a Star Wars one?
The Force will be with you.
It is
always.
It is.
No, I think that might be Goonies.
Yeah.
What was it?
The Force will be with you always.
I can't hear it.
You can't hear it?
I know. You got to
Oh no.
I can't hear him. That's what I'm saying. I need to label better because then I put them all on and I'm like, so what does Star Wars mean? Like,
a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
How much time?
And I think this is the last one I have. That's Star Wars, isn't it?
Yeah, it is Star Wars.
Okay.
That should be our ending song.
I really want Carlos Spicy Wiener, but I can't find it. Yeah. Carlos Spicy Wiener here.
Great kid. Don't get penisy. All right.
Those are the best ever.
I love the Family Guy Star Wars episodes.
And then Robot Chicken.
You
put me on hold? I'm on hold? Why am I on hold?
This is what like, okay, so Ernie, you and the Fallen Fett, if anybody hasn't subscribed to Ernie's channel, please go subscribe to the Fallen Fett Chronicles and go follow him. His show is our pre-show to this show, and it's always a blast. It gets everybody warmed up. They were talking Comic-Con. Aspects is Comic-Con's in a month. Scott and I did a convention this weekend, and it got everything going. And you just paid that Peter Griffin soundbite, and I was like, I remember that one of the best times at Comic-Con I had was in Hall H, and they showed a whole episode of that. They did the screening of the Star Wars one. Yeah, in Hall H, and I just remember that being like a cool thing. Like to me, Comic-Con's untouchable to get to these days once you fall out of the loop, but I miss those days, man. I do. I really do.
But that convention that convention we were at though was a lot of fun. It was the Robo Toy Fest in Joe Show in Pasadena. And who was it that we ran into? It was Augie?
Augie from
you guys might Augie, huh?
Yeah,
we hung out with Augie for a long time.
Yeah,
cool
so
guy.
if everybody doesn't know,
knowledgeable.
Yeah, go check out again, like Ernie's Fallen Fett Chronicles, Toy Amigos. I feel like we're all big family. We kind of all are in this community together. Toys, Star Wars, it all goes hand in hand. So it's cool to meet people. It's really cool to meet people. Yeah, Augie came up to the booth, and I was like, I know this dude. Like Augie, I know this guy. So he says hi, Ernie. It was great to meet him. It was great to put really cool guy. Yeah. So but I do want to, because we're winding down a little bit. So Tashi Station is my 3D printing action figure stand business that I've created.
What?
Yeah,
Your Tashi Station?
That's See,
Joe, did you know?
Time.
Did you
I had
know?
to confirm
He
it because
told
the
you?
guys are all these
Oh.
spies were trying to out me and dox me, and so I had to come out and say it.
God.
But I
Wow.
partnered up with my own podcast. And
Do what you got to do.
we're doing a giveaway, guys, and this is going to be one of many giveaways that we're going to be doing, of course. But this is just real fast. I want everybody who doesn't follow us on our Instagram accounts, our social media. So Tachi Station Emporium on Instagram and Starlight Digest podcast on Instagram. Go follow those two accounts, and I am giving away the blast doors that you see down below there. It is that 112 scale.
Got to, brother. Hype it up.
Thank you.
Hype it up.
Thank you. Yeah, so I'm giving away a whole blast door. All you got to do is go to the Instagrams and leave a comment on the post that you see this on this graphic, and you tag 2 people, and you will be entered to win. And I'm giving this away next week live on this show. So we'll do a spin the wheel, making it a 1-week giveaway. It is filling up very, very fast, which is great. It's unlimited, but there's a lot of entries. So I just want to push that out there. Again, follow us on Instagrams.
It's worth it. I got my first blast door this weekend. I cannot wait to show you guys what I've done with it. It's incredible. And Nebulous B wants to know if it would kill you to sell at least one power converter.
That's a great idea.
Well, some farm boy keeps coming out and buying them all. I don't know.
Or, it'd be great is if you made mini ones and then one comes like in every package. Just throw it in there. And if you know, then you know. You know what I'm saying? That'd be great.
Scott's even come up with that, what a power converter would look like too. Like we've talked about this, how to do it. It's one of those things where I started this business, right? And it's like, I just started like one little thing and it snowballed into this huge, thing where
it's growing.
I will show the guys off the air what I've been working on again. And it's like,
if you guys want to see this right now, for those of you in the pit or listening at home or catching the replay, check out the Fallen Fett Chronicles episode where I had Mooch on and he debuted it, and we showed it off and everything. So that's there, so you can see and get into detail this awesome blast door, and then sign up and make sure you join that giveaway.
Yes. I've never seen Mooch and Tosh stay in the same room together.
It's true.
Nebulous B he has one. He has a blast door. He's one of the first ones. And nice. Thank you so much, man. It was great. I'm printing them as we speak. They're flying off the shelves. I had to try to give back a little bit. So this is one way of doing it. We do have more giveaways that are coming out for Starlight Digest. Like I've got the Thrawn trilogy paperback. All of them, we're going to give away that. We're giving away a Steve Sansweet card, right?
Right there, baby.
Okay.
Look at that.
Steve Sansweet autograph card. Now, how do you want to do that, Scott? Do you want to organize something and give it away next week as when we do the blast doors, or do you want to do something on Instagram or right now? It's up to you.
I say right now. I say whoever's in the pit right now, first person to let's see.
I say pick a number between 1 through 10.
No. What is the name of Steve Sansweet's famous location? There we go. First person to say the name.
What is Steve Sansweet known for?
I was going to say that too, but I thought that was going to be your question, so I never said it. So there you go. Yeah.
So
sabers.
Let's stall for a little bit.
Start printing sabers, which are. Oh. I would love to. I in fact, one of my very first 3D projects was the Obi-Wan saber that was all like 18 pieces. And
Miss Sunflower got it. Miss Sunflower is the first one. Nope. Wait, Gordon.
Nope.
Gordon.
I see
Sunflower.
Rancho Obi-Wan.
Oh
yeah, we all gotta agree here. On my end, because that's the hard part, I see Gordon.
Yeah, I see Gordon
Rancho,
too.
but he doesn't want the card.
I see Gordon.
Yeah, Gordon was the first one on the chat to pop up. So
yeah,
cool.
Rick Jones, you keep that card.
Yeah. It's Rancho Obi-Wan, but I don't want. I have no business with that card at all.
Whatever.
Nah, he was just quicker, my Sunflower. He was just quicker. That was all.
There you go. Gordon, it is coming your way, my friend. I'll see you at Target.
Awesome. We're gonna have to do some more of that stuff, I guess. Yes. And whoever makes it at the end of our shows and stuff, we'll have to kind of like
look at that. Gordon says Gordon says he
Oh,
would
wow.
love Miss Sunflower to have it.
You
It's
know
all
what?
up
I
to-
like that idea. Let's roll with it because Miss Sunflower was the most chatty Cathy tonight. So
There you go.
Sunflower's always the most
Yeah.
chatty Cathy. She's the best.
true. But saying no,
There we
for real,
go.
Thank
that's
you.
awesome.
Thank you, Gordon. There you go. So Scott,
Well, Miss
Miss Sunflower
Sunflower-
will have to get with us.
I will not be meeting you at Target, Miss Sunflower, because you live far, far away. So
Yeah.
we're gonna
We could probably do pretty
can-
good on a flat
we
rate
can
on a
swing
flat
it.
envelope. Yeah, that'd be fun.
We
Miss
can swing
Sunflower.
it.
It's good. Yeah, we got it.
Or Joey
Um,
can drive it to you, whichever. It don't
Yeah,
matter.
right.
Yeah.
send Joey out there.
Joe, you're taking
Um,
a trip, right? Take out the speeder for a drive.
Yeah.
Joey can go deliver it. Yeah.
Scott, get
Delivery by
Miss
pigeon.
Sunflower. I think you get our. How do we get the information from her? Starlight Central or
I will put our email address in the. She's in another continent. That's okay.
Yeah. You'll be there. All right, guys. If you'd like to make sure that Miss Sunflower gets her car, let's see those super chats tonight.
we're gonna.
Make sure Miss Sunflower gets her signed Steve Sansweet car. That's
Yeah,
what we're going
Cliff-
for next.
That's the one thing I won't make is the Vespa speeders, or will I?
And she has to
Don't
promise
take
not to
those
put it on the back wheel of her bicycle.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't do that. This is going to be worth something.
Yep.
Yeah.
exactly,
uh,
exactly.
Send us your address, Miss Sunflower. We'll get that in the mail to you. Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, so let's call it a night, guys. Unless you got anything further, I think we've kind of like spent our time.
Now that I've gathered you all here today, let's talk about the High Republic.
The
Oh,
story.
who's-
Hold on.
Oh,
real
so
quick.
Lucasfilm related or Disney.
Dang, Joe his internet went out.
I think we've got
Man.
Indiana Jones at the end of the month, right? So
Already got our tickets, baby. Already got
Yeah.
our tickets. Oh yeah.
Indiana
guys.
Jones, and then Flash next week. The Flash is next week.
You mean Batman?
Yay.
That's
Batman's
what I'm
next
waiting
week.
for.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
watching for. Batman, Michael Keaton.
I'm waiting
Woo!
for her
Screw
Batman.
Ezra Miller.
Santo 14. I picked up one from Pulse and one from Amazon. Absolutely.
I got one from
They look
Pulse.
so cool.
That was the shocking
do.
today. I know
Oh,
we
my
I know we
God.
get into toy talk and stuff, but that's the shocking. I didn't expect the Cobra Eels to come out today. So
so
Now
good.
I saw the Desert Snake Eyes and was like, nope, that
Yeah,
shit ain't
but-
happening. And then Tunnel Rat.
Tunnel
like,
Rat.
Yep.
And, yeah.
Yep.
And I'll still take the Desert Snake guy. Yes, please.
Oh yeah,
You want that?
I got it. I don't care. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a sucker, so I'm getting it. That's
Nope.
my 5th Snake Eyes. So,
They will not get my dime for that.
I
Nope.
think like
looks good.
7 actually.
Well, there's
Yes.
there's- I have the inaugural one, right? The deluxe
Mhm.
package. And then the
They had the regular
release,
of
and
that
then the
one.
repaint,
Uh-huh.
the retro,
Uh-huh.
timber,
Uh-huh.
one with two with timber. That's
Two
that.
with
You're right.
timber.
That is 7. This is 7.
Movie Snake Eyes.
Nah, we don't count that one.
He's still in the line. He's still
No,
in the same
nobody
package
counts
line.
the movie Snake Eyes. Nothing. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, 5 of them. Hell yeah, Santo. I want to see some pictures, man. Let's call. Okay.
That's
So
insane.
we're getting into like toy talk because I know we can, and I know that's gonna continue. But tomorrow on Toy Migos, I'm sure you guys are gonna go over that, right? On They're Not
Oh
Dolls.
hell yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm kicking it over to Ernie to take
I
us
want
out of here.
this.
Thank you so much, Pitt. Thank you for joining us again. Sorry about last week. We will never ever skip another week
Don't say
if we
that.
can't help
Don't
it.
say that.
If we can't help it.
Confirmed.
It's gonna happen. Yeah.
Confirmed. Boom.
Yeah.
No.
For
Well, the
real.
Tunnel Rat looks incredible, Cap.
Yeah, it does.
Tunnel
Yeah.
Rat looks
So,
insane.
I
all
like
right,
it
guys.
Yeah.
Again, thank you so much. Make sure that you join the giveaway that we're going to be doing. You have a whole week to do it. Instagram, follow Tashi Station Emporium, follow Starlight Digest. Leave a comment on that post where you see the where everybody's posted on where the giveaway thing is, and tag 2 people. You're automatically entered, and I will contact you via DMing on Instagram. So
There
let
you
that
go.
sink in with you for a little bit. It's a great little showpiece. Even if you don't collect, give it as a gift. Sells on the
That's
market
right.
for $7 billion, so I can buy Star
Whoa.
Wars.
Yeah.
You can use it as a picture frame.
Yeah.
As a picture. Yeah. I need to buy
Win
Star Wars, so I need $20 billion. So George and I
That's
can
right.
buy Star Wars back.
Yes.
There
there you go.
All right,
is
Ernie,
it.
take it away, man.
thank you to the pit so much for being here tonight. Everybody who popped in to say good show, we greatly appreciate that. Make sure you hit subscribe and hit the bell for notifications and hit all so you don't miss when we're on or any of those reviews drop or extra episodes, anything like that, because we have tons of great content on here for you to check out. Fortnite makes 9. I totally even forgot about that one.
Yep.
See, wow, let's do it. Yeah. But thank you very much. Thank you to George for being here. Thanks. We greatly appreciate it. You did.
No problem. No problem.
Yeah, you didn't have to.
I
But
was really happy to be here tonight. Yeah.
Next show, faster, more intense, faster.
Yeah.
Faster, more intense. Yeah. Next. There was a little bit of a lag sometimes. So I really need you guys to pick it up a little bit.
Yeah. Have you thought about green screen? Yeah. No, you're right. You're totally right. We should.
Yeah.
We should. So definitely make sure you check out all of our old content and everything. We are on all social media from TikTok to Twitter to Instagram. Go to the Instagram post for that giveaway and make sure you follow the rules and get it there because they are very cool and get that done. You can find us on social media as well too at Darth Moocher. Toshi Station Emporium, of course. If you haven't, what are you doing? You need to get on there. The artist got solo. We got Bootleg Joe 760, and I'm the Fallen Fett. Again, if you do want to see those blast doors, check out the Fallen Fett Chronicles. We had an episode where Mooch was on and he debuted them. I'm on right before the show, like Mooch was saying. And if you do want to continue this toy talk tomorrow night at 8:15 with They're Not Dolls, the Toy Migos, as we'll get into all this news that we talked about. If you guys are going to Comic-Con, let us know. We will be there. And I did want to send a shout out to Nebulous B. If you're not following him on TikTok, please do so.
Yes.
Great work done. I get excited when I see his name pop up in the next video.
Yeah.
So please on TikTok, go check out Nebulous B. He was up there in the chat. You'll see him and make sure you give a follow and then waste an hour of just going through it all and be like, oh my God, what happened? And you went down that TikTok loop. So definitely do that, please. Thank you everyone for being here. And we will see you again next Wednesday. If you want to continue this talk, check out our Facebook page with 24/7 Star Wars talk with Sarlacc Digest Central on Facebook, and it's a cool place to hang out and get some talk there and check out lots of stuff that everybody puts on there for sure. Again, thank you to the pit, everybody, for being here, and then we'll see you guys next week. Don't forget Red 5 Network, tons of Star Wars shows.
Oh, that's right,
Red 5.
And with that, Scott, you did.
Actually, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hand it off to George. So, hey, George, what do you say? Keep it nerdy, everybody. Yeah.
Thanks, George.
Just keep it nerdy. Bye.